Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. Time for a review of Escape the Fate's new album, Ungrateful. Follow-up to the self-titled album. It's been in production for quite a while. It was expected to be released last fall, actually. Didn't come about until, obviously, right now, May of 2013. And I have to say that it's definitely on par, if not even a little bit slightly better than their last album. I'm not going to say better than, because that is probably my favorite album by Escape the Fate to date, the self-titled that is, but this album takes elements from their past self-titled album and some of their earlier influences. It's definitely got more screams and more hardcore approaches on a lot of these tracks, and I like that. I think that's a good thing, and I like that they mixed the two sounds, because yes, their last album was a little bit more poppier in the sense that it was more focused on like hooks and that sort of thing, but here they focus a little bit more on like screams, harder guitars, mixed in with some of the hooks and poppier elements. I like that they found the balance. Escape the Fate is really starting to sound great compared to like what Ronnie has done since leaving Escape the Fate with Falling in Reverse. If you want a nice laugh, go check out my track review of the new Falling in Reverse single, Alone. I want to go through this album kind of track by track and let you guys know how I feel about at least most of these songs. Ungrateful is possibly my overall favorite. Intense and passionate screams are definitely found on this song, and creative and supercharged riffs from the guitars really drive this thing home. It's entertaining and powerful throughout the entire song. It's really an enjoyable listen from start to finish. It's even got a pretty slick guitar solo, and it's definitely one of my overall favorites, if not my overall favorite on this entire record. Do yourself a favor and watch the music video that goes along with this track. It definitely, for me at least, made it that much more powerful. Now, every time I listen to it, I envision the music video in the back of my head. Moving on to the next track, Until We Die, I really like the fact that, Ungrateful, the title track, sounds like it's like winding down, and then, of course, you've got Until We Die sounding like it's something starting back up, and it's really cool how it carries into the opening guitar riff. Another overall very well done song, very well executed overall, and it does a great job of keeping the intensity of the album up. Craig's screams have definitely improved here on this album, and this track in particular showcases that, and the guitar is still really creative and heavy as well. It's definitely one on this album that deserves a lot of replays. Live Fast, Die Beautiful is a track that's been floating around the interwebs for quite a while now, at least a live version, and I had never listened to it because I kind of wanted to avoid listening to it because I knew that the album was coming up, and I was pretty sure that this is one that was going to be on it for sure. It's yet another rock song about a stripper or some lady of the night, if you will, singing about a girl with a lot of problems, daddy issues, that sort of thing, and the girl's in your position and she's trying to use your money or whatever. It's overplayed, honestly, and while this song musically is really solid, it's something that I don't really get into for the fact that it's just kind of generic and overdone lyrically. It reminds me a lot, honestly, of the sound that Papa Roach tried on their album Metamorphosis. Musically, this song is well done. You can definitely tell that there's an advantage to having two guitarists once again, and they had been without that in the past, and now they've got two guitarists again, so it definitely shows. It shows that they've got a lot like heavier riffs, and they can also have that rhythm guitar going in the background, so that's really what saves this song, and it's also got some cool screams from Craig mixed in from time to time. Forget About Me is a track that really shocked me, and for the fact that, I wasn't really expecting too much from anything on this album, but something like this especially. Not to say that I wasn't expecting much, I wasn't expecting anything that was really going to blow my mind a little bit, and I'm not saying that this is the most amazing thing in the world, but Forget About Me is honestly one of my favorite Escape the Fate songs to date. Lyrically, it's nothing too amazing, but it does have the ability to get the listener charged up. The chorus is well sung and catchy, and musically the track really hits home. Everyone really stepped up their game for this track, it seems like. Robert's drumming in particular, along with Craig's vocals, especially the screamed ones. The breakdown, I have to say, is actually pretty creative and well executed. I love Craig's growls in this part of the song. It just really gets you into it, and the heavy guitars throughout that portion of the song in particular just really get me pumped and into this track. Overall, probably my favorite on the record. Really close with that and the title track. Even if you don't check out the whole album, This track and the title track are two that I would highly recommend, along with the next song I'm going to mention, and that's You're Insane. It's the second single from the album, and it's really another grand slam from the Rockers, packing yet another powerful punch. At this point in the album, I'm thinking, wow, I'm really captivated and drawn in by this record so far. Almost every song is just really hitting home to me and something that I'm actually getting into. Yet another well done song overall, with a nice blend of screamed and clean vocals, creative guitars, nice drumming and bass in the background. I can't help but rock out to this tune, along with like pretty much everything on this album up to this point. It's definitely directed at a few people lyrically, but I don't even want to get into all that drama. Save it, and if you're thinking about leaving a comment like that in the comment section down below, don't bother. Chemical Love seems like a bit of a misfire to me. I like that they mixed things up a bit and wanted to change the pace, and it definitely feels like something that would have fit right in on their self-titled record. Heck, even the beginning of the song sounds like, you know, Choose Your Fate just a little bit in the very beginning, the intro to their last album. It's just not something that I'm really getting into overall. It's not a terrible song, but I don't find it very enjoyable. Picture Perfect is the next track on the album, and it's one that I was really interested to hear, considering it was co-written with Patrick Stump, the lead singer of Fall Out Boy. Does that show on this song lyrically? Definitely. Even musically, I like that it's, you know, softened a little bit. It's not as intense, and I like that they changed things up, took a break from the intensity, and Craig's vocals just really relay the passion behind the lyrics, and I enjoy that. I like that Craig stepped up his game here, and he's showing off his pipes. The chorus is solid and definitely hits home, and I think fans will get into this song, especially after a few listens. The final four songs on the album are nothing that I'm really getting into that much. They fall into kind of cliches of rock music, and especially like lyrically, and even the titles of the song, Risk It All, Desire, One for the Money, Fire It Up. I'm not saying that these songs are awful, but Desire is probably one of my least favorites. Risk It All definitely is solid musically, probably the most so out of the four. One for the Money really relies on that cliche, like one for the money, two for the show type thing. And Fire It Up, not exactly the best closer for the record, but I'm not saying that I hate any of these songs in particular. I just don't think the album closed on a good note with these four songs. The rest of the album definitely, you know, kept things going, flowing well, mixing things up, trying some new things occasionally, but these final four did not do that for me. What did you guys think of the new album, Ungrateful by Escape the Fate? For me personally, it's a 4 out of 5, but I want to know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. I like that the band is still doing well and moving forward even after losing some of their members like Max Green most recently. I will see you guys very soon. Reviews of Demi Lovato, Vampire Weekend, and of course like things like Sleeping with Sirens, 303, Surfer Blood coming very soon. All in the future within the next month or so, I would say. So make sure you subscribe, check albumreviewtv.com for more. I will see you guys very soon.